Drama in Senegal again. In fact, the political landscape in Senegal has taken a new dimension as the president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko, are now getting on the final stage on politics in Senegal. Now, this is what is happening in Senegal. There was a bill that was tabled by the PASTEF party of Ousmane Sonko, which is a party that has the majority of seats, 130 out of 160 in the Senegalese parliament. The bill was aimed at one, making sure that Bassirou Diomaye Faye declares his asset immediately when his mandate comes to an end. Second, that before a president gets into office, the president must declare their asset. That was the bill. The third bill, to reduce powers, ultimate powers from President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, to reduce his powers of dissolving the parliament. That was part of that bill, so he cannot dissolve the parliament. You understand? Another clause in that is that a constitutional council bench will be set up for 7 judges who will look into the constitutionality of issues in Senegal. You see, those were the decisions that were reached at, which were being deliberated in Senegal's parliament. When that vote went on, Bassirou Diomaye Faye refused to accept the bill. And the bill is simple. Oga, declare your asset. You want to leave power, declare your asset. Oga, declare your asset. When you enter power and how you are leaving power. Bassirou Diomaye Faye said, no, that bill, he cannot sign the bill. Now, according to the constitution of Senegal, if he refused to sign the bill, after a certain number of days, the bill will fully go into effect and will be implemented. And as it stands right now, Bassirou Diomaye Faye is pushing for a referendum to rework on the constitution. And that referendum, he wants the people to decide on the new constitution of Senegal. Another thing that was in that constitutional provision, which Ousmane Sonko party fight at the parliament, was also to give powers to the prime minister. The prime minister did not have powers. It was also to give powers to the prime minister. The prime minister should have powers to be head of government as head of government. Not these shenanigans that they say prime minister is head of government. So Bassirou Diomaye Faye doesn't want it. And so Ousmane Sonko too said, okay, let's play the politics. So the member of parliament that was removed yesterday by gendarmerie, a lot of you come and you are insulting Ousmane Sonko. Sonko is a dictator, especially Cameroonians. Cameroonians who are supporting Pobia. Cameroonians who have never raised their voice once to condemn some of the ills that we are seeing in Cameroon. Most of them are young Cameroonians who are active in CPDM and are supporting Pobia. They are quick to rush to social media and WhatsApp groups to say Ousmane Sonko is a dictator. How is he a dictator? And somebody said Ousmane Sonko is a dictator. And I looked at him and said, what about your own? He said, we are not talking about our own or my own. Now, what is happening? You say Sonko is a dictator for using the constitution the way it should be used. It's a dictator. How? And Bassirou Diomaye Faye said he is going to conduct a referendum. And Ousmane Sonko said there's not going to be any referendum. So they voted the bill that was voted for 1, declare asset, 2, prime minister has full powers that deserve. The third is that the prime minister should be able to function. The fourth is that the president cannot dissolve the parliament. And you see that guy that was removed by the gendarmeries, the guy was removed because his time elapsed. In fact, he was not even supposed to speak. There were issues that were ongoing, and when he raised his hands up and asked Sonko that he has to speak, Sonko said, okay, let us give you 5 minutes. He spoke for his 5 minutes, and he was about to go, and he later came back. And they had to use gendarmes. It's not the first time. It's not only in Senegal that they're using gendarmes to remove people at the podium. If in Cameroon, if a member of parliament refuses to go, they'll use police. In Kenya, the same thing. In Zimbabwe, the same thing. Why people who have never raised their voice to condemn things that we face in Cameroon are now the ones saying that Ousmane Sonko is a dictator, is a dictator, is a dictator. You are leaving a big plank that's covering your eyes. You are going to look at the dust on somebody's eyes. Bassirou Diomaye Faye, you have to declare your asset. So you see, the days ahead is pregnant in Senegal. Like I said before, we may win a coup d'etat in Senegal, where the military may get tired of this thing and say, for God's sake, what are you guys doing? There's a coup d'etat.
De ce texte important, je voudrais dire quelques mots à l'endroit des Sénégalais, puisqu'étant un témoin privilégié de tout ce processus depuis le début. Monsieur le ministre garde des Sceaux a rappelé le processus, d'autres l'ont fait. Ça n'a pas démarré avec le dialogue politique. Ça a démarré avec notre serment politique en 2014. Les engagements qui viennent d'être intégrés dans la Constitution adoptée ont traversé tout le parcours politique, nos engagements, aux élections législatives de 2017, à la présidentielle de 2019, dont j'étais le candidat, aux différentes échéances de 2022, jusqu'à l'élection présidentielle de 2024 et l'élection législative de 2024. Le président de la République a souhaité convoquer un dialogue national. Certains veulent nous faire croire qu'il faut institutionnaliser avant toute réforme, avant toute expression du pouvoir constituant, il faut convoquer. Et ceux qui en font un droit, eux-mêmes ne constituent qu'une minorité dans le pays. À quoi sert un système démocratique qui permet à tout citoyen d'aller à la conquête du suffrage universel, d'avoir une majorité parlementaire et de pouvoir exercer un pouvoir constituant dérivé? Si ce pouvoir devait être exercé par d'autres citoyens non investis d'une quelconque légitimité sous le couvert de la société civile ou de partis politiques. Le dialogue est important, mais il n'est pas institutionnel. Ce dialogue a existé. Le président a souhaité convoquer un dialogue politique. J'étais de ceux qui avaient dit, et qui lui avaient dit, que le Sénégal n'avait pas besoin, en son temps, de dialogue politique. Nous avions besoin d'un dialogue sur l'économie. Je lui ai dit ça dans son bureau et je l'ai répété en réunion de bureau politique. Le président a tenu à faire un dialogue politique auquel Pastef les Patriotes a assisté au même titre que beaucoup d'autres formations politiques, d'organisations de toute obédience. Il n'y a pratiquement pas une seule disposition de cette réforme constitutionnelle qui n'ait été consacrée par ce dialogue politique. S'il y en a, c'est à la limite une ou deux, pas plus. Tout ce qui a été matérialisé est issu de ce dialogue politique. Parler de dialogue, vous m'excuserez du terme, c'est faire de la diversion. Le dialogue a eu lieu. À l'issue de ce dialogue, un rapport a été transmis au président de la République par ceux qui l'avaient mandaté pour conduire ce dialogue, en l'occurrence le Dr Cheikh Gueye et son équipe. Vous avez tous suivi la remise officielle de ce rapport que nous avons tous. Ensuite, le président de la République a éprouvé le besoin de mettre en place un comité technique constitué de juristes pour transcrire les propositions de ce dialogue en texte. Certains, je peux les citer dans ce comité, il y avait le professeur Babacar Gueye, le juge Souleymane Teliko, Biram Sen de la DGE, et j'en passe et j'en passe. Cette équipe a pris encore des mois